Hi everybody, Becky here. I want to show you what we're going to be working on today. I've got a new project in store for us. If you can see them, these big wooden posts, we are going to be making a raised planter bed. I've got some 2x2 stakes that I'm going to be using to go with it. It's going to be a quick and simple project so I can get some new tomato bushes planted. So stay tuned and be ready to get busy. Just a quick reference before I forget. As far as hardware, I'm going to be using the Star Tip wood screws. They are 3 inches long, and that's what I'm going to be using to put the spikes into the wood plank or the wood pillars. So don't forget, if you do get these, if it does not include the tip, make sure you get the Star Tip because Phillips won't work, okay? Hey everybody, Becky here. Just wanted to kind of recap what we're getting ready to do here. We're going to do some raised planter beds. I got some cheap wooden stakes from the hardware store. These are going to be my corners. I got them for $1.59 a piece. So we've got 4 of those and the reclaimed wood pillars that I showed you previously. And now I'm going to get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my space and see how long the pillars need to be so I can box it out. Get those cut and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay guys, just to give you a quick look at what I'm working with here. These pillars were used for part of fencing, and as you can see, some of the little areas are eaten away. I think that was the area that was underneath the ground along the fence line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off, and looks like with the measuring tape I'm looking at a little over 8 feet each, or I'm sorry, 8 feet each. Let's see what we got. Almost. So we're at 91 inches. So what, 7 foot 7 inches? So let me get these decomposed pieces cut off and we'll get to them. Alright everyone, let me show you what we've got working with so far. I actually had to do a bit of an edit on the box because I ran out of timbers. I don't have the width that I need to finish the box out. So what I'm going to end up doing is using some of the planks down here that I had for another project. So they're going to be our little improvisation. And what I'm looking at is I've got the 2 5-foot pillars. And then I have these wooden spikes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor one of these at each corner. And I'll do the same thing with the other set for the other 2. So let me get those assembled and I will show you what we've got. Hi everybody. Okay, so what we've got here is I've got the 2 timbers for each side stacked on one another, and I took the wooden spikes that I had and I drilled them into the ends to bind them together, and it's going to serve a double duty because the spike tips on the end of the stakes are going to help me put them into the ground to keep them sturdy and in place. That way when I add all the dirt and stuff, we don't have any movement or pushing against the boards too much without additional support. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to cut the boards to fit my width, and I'm going to stand these on their sides and I'll attach the boards, so when I go for the installation I'll have a box complete. And once I do that I will show you guys what it looks like. Alright, and here we go. It is all installed. What I did is right here in the spot that I chose, it slopes down a bit, so I took some brick pavers that I had next to our fire pit and I used them to line the bottom just to help with the incline to keep the box nice and square. As you can see, we've already started filling it with dirt. I'm going to get my tomato plants in here and get everything settled, and then I'll give you guys a final look. But here it is. Again, it was 5 foot long. I used 2 of the pillars for each side, so 20 feet in pillars total. The 4 stakes, the 3-inch screws, and 2 cedar planks that made up the both sides, and those measured at 45 inches, I believe. So anywho, this is the completed project, and like I said, I'm going to get my plants in and I will give you guys one final look. Alright, here is the final look of the planter box with our 6 tomato plants in there. We only got the dirt halfway up this year. We're going to see how they do and probably fill it to the top next season, next growing season. So anywho, this is the finished product. Very little cost and a big impact. We hope to get a really good bounty from this one. So I hope you give it a shot. If you do, share it with me. Bye-bye.